All right, so let's start throwing a chop. Here we have an old decrepit rod hone, but it gets the job done. The only mandrels I own are the mandrels for the BHJ to hone it to fit, so you don't have to slam it on, or you don't have it slide on, so it has a nice press interference fit. I have the mandrel to hone the Buick rods. Those are the only honing processes that are done here. Of course, you have the AG300 for Buick rods. Everything is set up for Buick rods. Any example of the GTO up there, all that gets farmed out because I'm not a 389 guy. I'm a 3.8 guy. So here we have the blueprinting bench, which is a disaster. But on the left, we have the cap grinder for steel caps, iron caps, rod caps, spacers on, Harlan Sharp rocker arms. Behind that, we have the scale, the bob weights, and all the little things that go on the bob weights to build them for balancing the engines. And then you see all the, most of them are Toyo, some of them are Matco, micrometers. Most of the stuff is gently used. As you know, it's very expensive. So then we swing around the back, the other side, and we have a nice road hard put away wet lathe. But it does get the job done as far as crank polishing, cam polishing, various machining operations for transmissions. Then you fly around and you get the Bridgeport. Bridgeport doubles as a balancing fixture, which the balancing machine is down there. It also balances with the vise for fitting steel caps. Bridgeport is one of the most versatile machines we have here. The DRO is old and decrepit and sort of kind of works. Yep, I've got slop in these ways, so you got to creep up on it. This machine is older than I am, and I'm almost 47. Over here is the Berco BT6, which is the line boring. I've been told you can put the line bore on a number and have it come out where you need it. I'm not a machinist by trade, so usually what I do is I get it close. I either get it a couple thousandths, 25, 30, 10 thousandths from size, or I go to size and then I let them clip it back down and hone it. When they come back, they're honed from 2 10,000ths of bore size and 2 10,000ths of taper. I've got line bore jobs with up to half a thousandth of taper before, and that doesn't fly. That's not cool for fitting bearings. So down there in the corner, we have one of my jet washes. And then we step away from engine building and we do AC machine. Over here we have the original jet wash, which needs a pump. And this is the front shop. Front shop was originally a carport. Basically storage. Not a lot of work goes on up here. You can see a mess. We got the third lift over there. We got the rock tumbler. Rock tumbler is a very nice piece of equipment. And then over there, buried amongst all the stuff, is the Dynacom dynos. Just sitting there taking up space. Again, more Dynacom dynos with the dyno fans. This is mainly a tear down rack. Not a lot of assembly goes on over here, or a good tranny rack. And then we get into the actual original shop. When I started working here with one rack, another rack over there. So we get into the shop. We have a garage ornament, which is a surface grinder, which I was sold on that I could buy the parts on eBay and make it work. Yeah, right. So it's a surface grinder. That's a garage ornament. Over here's transmission land. I will say, of all the things I do here, it was probably my most favorite thing to do is do automatic transmissions. I was a transmission tech in dealership. Made a lot of money doing transmissions because a lot of techs didn't want to touch them, and it's just stuck with me. And I cut my teeth in the transmission shop in 2003 when I first got into the automotive industry. So 200 4R land, but I'm not limited to 200s. There's a 700 or 4R60E sitting over there. A little mini Harbor Freight press does a good job. And tools everywhere. So we walk over to the engine side of the shop with the other cart on the lift. And you'll see lots and lots of inventory, lots of bearings, X bearings, 1 under bearings, studs, you name it. Got a lot of inventory here. I'm good. And I build engines. I got to have inventory. Bearings getting harder to find. Things are drying up. So if I'm going to do this for years to come, I need to have inventory. Then we have engines just sitting here. We got 4 blocks ready to be assembled. 3 of them are stock and 1 that's Jeremy Baker's TA. We also have a couple more blocks over there ready to be assembled, which are also stock. Getting ready to go on an engine bid. Hopefully, when the car behind me is completed, I'm ready to go on engines until further notice. Over here, we have the other disaster. which is where cylinder head work is done. Most engine assembly is done. Oh, there we get a valve spring tool. Love this tool. This is a relic. It came from RC. It was in his fire, and I believe RC said it used to be ATRs. Pretty cool relic. So, valve spring setup stuff over there. Inventory. As I said, I'm just not an engine builder. I'm a transmission builder. I do rear ends. I do electrical work. I build cars. Your local machine shop doesn't do work like this. Okay, I've done all of that with the help of my lovely daughter. She's done some cleaning and painting, but all the assembly and nuts and bolts and stuff is done with me. This type of a project here, I've done everything on this car over again except the rear end, and I've even been in that, but it didn't need work. It takes a lot of time. Then up there we have GTO, friend's father, and very big project. It's a nice car. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. Big project. Under there we have some rust repair for Carlos, which I'm trying to stay away from that, but we got into this one, so we're going to get out of it. Rust repair, window work, all that good stuff. Storage for transmissions, machining tools, bits, stuff like that. Blocks everywhere. This is another car where the body's up off the frame. We're cleaning it, we're painting it, we're detailing it. New fuel lines, new brake lines, body bushings, fuel system, you name it, rear end work, control arms. Then we'll work on the front clip, and then we'll rip the interior out, and then we'll send it out for paint, and then we'll bring it back, and I'll put the motor and the trans in. Long-term project, probably gonna be a couple years. So that's the shop. That's what goes on here. So, like I said, Stevie's Automotive. It's not Stevie's Auto Machine. It's not Stevie's Transmission Repair. Stevie's Automotive. So here it is, 2023. Here's what's going on. I'm thankful for all my customers and thankful for everything you've made possible, but it's time for me to get to work. So have a great Monday, and we'll get some videos, YouTube videos, and Facebook videos, and I enjoy doing that stuff. Yep, I do. I know you guys enjoy seeing it, so we'll just keep that train going like it was.